Alrighty guys, so this is the haul rack I have for the Navi. I'll throw a link in the description or the comment section below. Got this off of Amazon. I like this style of rack, which is different from a lot of the other ones where it has this receiver for your front wheel. And then it also has this, I don't know, it's almost like a tippy. So when you wheel the bike up, your front wheel ends up hitting this and it flips down. So then it kind of captures and receives it. It's got these anchor points here. You have one there, one there, one there, and one there. So once you put the bike on it, you can ratchet strap it down using some soft loops, anchoring it in 4 different points, which I think is pretty cool. It came with this bracket down below to kind of prevent it from tipping left and right. Honestly, cruising down the road, it's pretty sturdy. There's not a ton of movement. You know, I've been walking on it, as you can see with my footprints. As long as you stay pretty centered, which I do believe I have these 2 parts adjusted in a good spot where as long as the bike is pretty centered, it should balance pretty nicely, pretty easily. A lot of the other ones out there have, some of the cheaper ones, they almost have like bolts or like grates that kind of go across. I assume that makes it really hard to load a motorcycle, you know, having to go over each bump as you're trying to wheel it onto the rack. This one's really nice because it's all one big piece of metal. Really sturdy. I presume it to be really easy to roll the bike up. We'll give it a try in a little bit here and see how it works. This also does come with a ramp. I didn't put it on. The ramp would go there by that wing nut and here on that wing nut. So it kind of goes more towards the back, which I think is pretty cool. But honestly, this is not that far off of the ground. So I'm kind of wondering if I even need it. I might just be able to lift up the front of the bike and kind of push it on with the help of my wife. And then, you know, once it's on most of the way, just kind of grab it by the back rack and push it on the rest of the way. I'm going to try it both with and without the ramp, and we'll see what happens. I have the ramp just sitting here on my other trailer. As you can see, it's just a long piece of metal, not real different from the part that's actually bolted on the car. And then, yeah, it's got these little nubs right there and right there. So they just kind of clip in, you know, makes it pretty nice. Just clips into the haul rack so that way, you know, the ramp doesn't slip out when you're pushing the bike out. I think maybe it would be in my best interest to throw like a little bit of grip tape of some sort on this ramp as well as the hauler. Just in case like I drive the Navi through like some wet grass and the tires are a little wet, I can actually get it up in there. But we'll do a test and see how it goes. So, yeah, we're gonna throw the bike on it and see how it works. Alrighty, so we are getting ready to take the Navi on its maiden voyage on the trailer. There she is, strapped down, ready to go. I had to re-drill this bolt because they wanted it to go there, and I had to slide it back to actually catch the front wheel of the Navi. It seems pretty sturdy, so we're taking a 1-hour drive, so all freeway. we'll see how it goes. Made it here successfully with the Honda Navi. No problems at all, really. There's a couple spots on the freeway where it was a little bumpy, where when you kind of got caught in the rhythm, the trailer was kind of bouncing up and down. But overall, no problems. I'm really happy with that trailer, or that motorcycle hitch. Found another Navi in the wild. So I got this motorcycle haul rack off of Amazon. It was just a little over $200, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. The thing works really well. It's a really heavy gauge steel. It seems really heavy duty. I like the ramp that it comes with. I like the fact that it's got kind of the parts that stick out with the little eyelets to be able to strap down the bike. The only thing is though, those ratchet straps I ended up getting off of Amazon, they were horrible. They were way too long. They didn't really bite that good. The little hooks that clasped into the loops didn't really do their job too well. So I ended up actually returning them and getting a different set of ratchet straps, and I'll throw the link in the description of the comment section below. Basically, it's just two soft loop straps that go around the handlebar and then around the back rack, and then it's one piece and it's 5 feet long, so you can loop it through itself through the loop and then kind of ratchet it down. I just kind of ratcheted down enough where the front fork compressed maybe like 2.5 inches, and then same for the rear shock. You kind of just keep ratcheting it down until the rear shock is kind of compressed. I'm sure there are cheaper options as well as more expensive options for motorcycle haul racks. I feel this one's right in the middle, right in the sweet spot, being just a little bit over $200. And the freeway going up to the racetrack where I had this, where I towed the bike up to, has a speed limit of 70 miles an hour. Had absolutely no problems. Everything felt stable. The suspension of my Subaru Outback did a really good job keeping everything stable. In fact, in the video when I grabbed the bike and kind of shook it for like a test to see if it was gonna go anywhere, that was more shaking and more unsettling than actually driving down the road with the bike. It was remarkably stable. I'm really happy with this rack. The only real modification I had to make to the rack is you have that front section that kind of receives the front wheel when you end up pushing the Navi onto the rack. I needed to actually move that back. The rack, the way it comes, it doesn't have selectable holes as to where to put that. So I ended up having to drill 2 new holes and slide it back, so that way when you kind of take a step back and took a look at it, the Navi was perfectly centered over the center of the vehicle. So that way it wasn't favoring one side or the other. Really easy, just used a drill bit. It's just steel. So you just drill, I ended up doing a 1/2-inch hole. So I ended up using like a 7/16 drill bit to drill a couple pilot holes, and then a 1/2-inch drill bit, and I just blasted right through it. It cut like butter, to be honest. Other than that small modification, which I think if you had a full-size motorcycle, you know, something like a Honda CBR or a Suzuki Gixxer or something like that, I don't think you would have needed to move or modify that front receiver. But since the Navi is such a small little mini moto, it needed to be moved, and that's okay. Of course, I'll throw a link in the description or the comment section below to the exact rack that I got. If you have any questions about this specific haul rack, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll see you guys on the next episode.